Tonight's sleep story invites you along a quiet road at dusk, leading to a softly glowing village where time moves differently, a place where nothing rushes toward tomorrow, where unfinished things are allowed to rest peacefully beside completed ones, where warm lanterns glow through rain-speckled windows and life continues without striving. As you wander through lantern-lit streets, warm gathering places, and windows filled with peaceful moments, you will find something softening within you, knowing the quiet comfort of a place where nothing beautiful is ever truly late, and where simply being is more than enough. Welcome to the Whispering Willow. I'm Diana, and I'm so happy that you're here tonight. This is the end of your day, and you deserve to welcome the night with peace and tranquility. Before tonight's story begins, it's important for you to know that you have nothing to do and nowhere to go. There's only this quiet moment. Take time to arrive within this quiet space and come into your body, allowing it to settle however feels most comfortable for you. Feel the surface beneath you, holding your weight completely. You have nothing to carry or hold on to, other than the peace and tranquility you will create tonight with your imagination. Become aware of the gentle rise and fall of your body as you breathe in easily and then out just as softly. With each breath, you breathe in relaxation and ease. You feel your grip loosen on the day. Not a sudden change, but a gentle softening. Your shoulders settling, your jaw relaxing. The space around your eyes growing still and relaxed. And as everything begins to quiet, and you begin to let go of the day, notice the space that opens within you and around you, giving you the room you need to breathe and calm yourself. And from this quiet place, we can begin the story. You find yourself walking along a quiet road at dusk. The air is calm and easy against your skin, not too warm, not too cool, just comfortable enough that you wouldn't even notice it, were it not for the gentle breeze tickling your arms and face. The sky stretches above you in a broad expanse of painted and fading colors. Lavender, peach, and deep blue. Clouds drift lazily overhead, their edges touched with the last light of evening. Your steps are unhurried and easy, with the knowledge that there is no destination waiting for you, no place you must reach before nightfall, and you settle into the gentle rhythm of walking, breathing, and being. Somewhere nearby, crickets begin their evening song, soft and distant, blending into the quiet night around you. And far ahead, something begins to appear. As you draw closer, you recognize it as the outline of a village resting quietly at the edge of the horizon, small and softly glowing. There is something about it that draws you in, attracts your attention. It isn't strange exactly, and it isn't unfamiliar, yet it feels somehow different than what you might expect. As you draw closer, the road beneath your feet begins to change from smooth earth to worn stone, each step landing now against cobblestones polished by time. Lanterns glow on either side of the street, their golden light warming as you pass. And beyond the lanterns, you see another kind of light, softer still, as though the evening air itself holds a gentle glow. You step forward, crossing into the village, and as you do, you feel a quiet shift. Nothing sudden or dramatic, just a slight feeling that the night has softened around you. The air feels lighter here, the silence deeper, nearly tangible, yet somehow more welcoming. You sense that time does not move in the same way here. There is no rushing forward, no pressure pulling at you. Everything seems simply to exist and rest exactly as it is. To one side of the street, a warm golden light spills softly along the sidewalk, drawing your attention. A small wooden sign hangs beside the doorway of a small building, its lettering faded gently with age, though still welcoming. You step inside, and warmth settles immediately around you. The space is quiet and simple. Wooden shelves lined with loaves of fresh bread, bundles of herbs hanging from ceiling beams, soft amber sconces glowing against stone walls. The air smells faintly of cinnamon, rosemary, and something freshly baked. Somewhere nearby, water simmers softly in a kettle. Nothing here feels hurried, and no one rushes past. There are people present, but there are no voices straining to fill the silence. Instead, everything moves with slow care, quiet attention, as though everyone knows there is time enough for all things here. Near the window, someone folds linen cloths carefully beside cooling trays of pastries. At another table, an older man slowly stirs honey into a steaming cup, watching the gentle rain that has begun to fall on the street beyond the glass. His face soft with contentment and peace. And somehow, this still, calm atmosphere begins seeping within you as well, warming you, calming you, making you feel unconcerned about time. A woman behind the counter smiles softly as you approach. not the practiced smile of someone hurrying through a busy day. Rather, the quiet warmth of one who is genuinely glad you have arrived. Without speaking, she places a warm ceramic cup carefully into your hands. The heat spreads slowly through your fingers, steady, grounding, comforting against the evening air still lingering on your skin. Steam curls upward softly. You catch the scent of chamomile, vanilla, and orange peel. For a few quiet moments, you simply stand there, holding the warmth, listening to the rain outside, the soft clink of dishes, the low crackle of firewood burning somewhere deeper within the room. And you remain there. Something inside you begins to loosen, as though your thoughts themselves are beginning to slow, matching the rhythm of this peaceful space. There is nothing to solve here tonight. No one waiting for you to become more than you already are. Only warmth, raindrops trickling down the glass panes of the windows, and the quiet feeling of being welcomed exactly as you are. When you step outside again, the village feels slightly different somehow. Softer, quieter, or perhaps it is you who have changed. The rain has deepened gently while you were inside. Tiny droplets shimmer now along the lantern hooks, and thin streams of water wind quietly along the edges of the stone streets. The edges of the buildings blur softly into the evening mist, their windows glowing gold and amber through the rain. Lantern reflections ripple faintly across the wet cobblestones, stretching and shifting whenever the breeze brushes past. You open the umbrella waiting for you beside the doorway. Its wooden handle feels smooth and worn in your hand. And above you, rain taps softly against the fabric in a slow, steady rhythm. Somewhere farther down the street, a bicycle leans against a flowering vine, its basket slowly gathering rainwater. Nearby, someone has left a pair of muddy boots outside a doorway to dry beneath the lantern light. Everything feels gently lived in here, unhurried, as though life continues without needing to announce itself. The ground beneath your feet feels smoother now, though perhaps that is only the rain. Still, walking itself seems to require less effort here somehow, as though the village has released even the idea of rushing. You pause beside a nearby window. Inside, a room rests half-finished beneath warm lamplight. An open sketchbook lies across a wooden table, beside spools of thread and folded fabric waiting patiently for someone's hands. A teacup rests untouched beside the window, steam no longer rising from it. Yet nothing about the room feels abandoned. Nothing feels neglected. only paused, as though continuing in its own perfect time. The curtains stir softly in the open window as a sleek white cat winds itself along the windowsill, pausing only briefly to look out at you through the rain-speckled glass, before giving a small, sleepy meow into the evening air. And for a moment, the peaceful incompleteness of the room feels strangely comforting, as though nothing here needs to hurry toward becoming finished in order to be beautiful. Nearby, the village shifts again, so subtly that you barely notice, not changing into something new, only continuing to unfold softly around you, as though it is continuously becoming without needing to arrive anywhere at all. You continue walking in the rain as the village grows quieter still. The lanterns along the street appear farther apart now, their warm light resting softly against the stone pathways. Ahead, a narrow street curves gently through the village, lined with tall, glowing windows. It is a little brighter here, yet warm enough to create the feeling of life continuing peacefully inside. You walk slowly past them, not needing to stop, only noticing the quiet moments that rest within. In one window, someone sits beneath a lamp, turning the page of a book. In another, steam curls upward from a cup resting near an open window, the air around it still and calm. Further along, soft music drifts briefly into the street, not loud enough to follow, only enough to notice, before fading gently into the evening again. And with each glimpse, something inside you begins to understand that not everything requires completion. Some things simply continue softly, patiently, in their own time. You pause beside one final window. Inside, you see warm, glowing light and curtains stirring gently in the evening air. Near the hearth, a kettle rests beneath a single waiting cup. A chair sits near the window, a warm blanket folded carefully across its arm. And as you stand there gazing in, listening to the soft rain moving through the village, there is a strange feeling, not that you are looking into someone else's life, but that perhaps there could be a place for you here too. A place where nothing asks you to hurry, where unfinished things may rest peacefully beside completed ones, where evenings unfold slowly beneath lantern light and rain, and where simply being is enough. You remain there only a moment longer, breathing slowly, before continuing onward through the quiet village. Soon you notice a small courtyard ahead, resting beneath trailing lantern light. At its center stands a collection of clocks, large and small. Cuckoo clocks, grandfather clocks. Surrounded by climbing vines and soft evening shadows. Some move slowly, their hands drifting gently forward. Others remain perfectly still, not broken, but resting. And though they're all different, none of them seem wrong. The courtyard holds no urgency, no need to correct or measure, only the quiet understanding that time itself may move differently for every living thing. You stand there for a moment, listening to the soft, uneven rhythm of distant ticking, slow, gentle, unhurried, like rain falling softly through leaves at night. And for the first time in a long while, there is no feeling of falling behind, only the quiet permission to exist exactly where you are. Tucked into the stone wall of the courtyard, next to a large grandfather clock, you notice a door. You reach for the knob and step inside. And everything feels open, easy. There is nothing to choose, nothing to decide. A kind face smiles at you. Your favorite warm beverage is placed before you, already prepared. You simply rest your hands around it, feeling the gentle heat, steady and certain, welcoming. And as you sit quietly there, you feel a growing sense that everything unfolds in its own time, without force, without rushing, like flowers opening slowly in darkness, or the moon rising beyond distant hills. Nothing here asks you to hurry. Nothing asks you to become more than you already are tonight. You enjoy your beverage and the warmth of this space. Then you step back outside. The rain has stopped now, and you notice the sweet smell of wet soil. Stone pathways still glistening softly beneath the lantern light. And the faint fragrance of rain-damp jasmine drifting through the evening air. Tiny droplets still cling to flower boxes resting beneath the windows. And somewhere nearby, water falls softly from the edge of a rooftop in a slow, steady rhythm. The village feels quieter now after the rain, washed and clean, as though the night itself has exhaled. Eventually, you find yourself in the center of the village. An open space rests there, quiet and still, peaceful beneath the stars that are trying to peek around the clouds scattered across the evening sky. And in the very center of the square, You notice a great tree, strong, steady, and deeply rooted, as though it's been there for centuries. Its branches stretch softly overhead, dripping with rainwater. Lanterns glowing softly among the leaves. You step closer, feeling the firmness of the ground beneath your feet, steady and supportive. And for a moment, there is a quiet awareness that everything which has been and everything still to come rests peacefully together here. Nothing separate, nothing missing, only wholeness, quietly existing without effort. Nearby, a room waits for you, simple and comfortable, softly lit and peaceful. You enter slowly and immediately feel the stillness surrounding you like a warm embrace. A window stands slightly open, allowing the cool night air to drift inside, carrying the faint scent of moist stone pathways and distant gardens. You lie down on a bed that waits for you, feeling its soft support, holding your weight completely, yet allowing you to sink and settle into it. You reach for a blanket and pull it across you. Outside, the village remains quiet, lanterns glowing gently in the distance, soft footsteps occasionally passing below, everything moving slowly and naturally, without urgency. Your body softens further now, your arms growing heavier, your legs fully relaxed, the muscles around your eyes releasing completely. Your breathing slows naturally, and you feel the weight of your eyelids, and you let them close gently. There is nothing to solve tonight, nothing to prepare for, nothing waiting for you, except rest. Somewhere outside, a lantern sways gently in the night breeze, its light moving softly across the stone streets before becoming still once more. You hear the rain begin again, its gentle patter on the windowsill and the cobbles beneath. Everything here understands how to rest without effort, and little by little, your body follows. Your thoughts grow quieter now, spreading outward like ripples across dark water, until even those begin to fade. The village remains, soft lanterns glowing, quiet rooms resting behind windows in the night, distant clocks ticking gently somewhere beyond the trees. Nothing rushing, nothing missing, only stillness, only softness, only peace. And you, safe within this quiet place, need nothing more Tonight, there is nothing to become, nothing to complete, only this gentle moment and the steady comfort of rest. Breathing slowly, resting deeply, drifting softly. The lanterns dim further. The streets grow quiet. The village rests peacefully beneath the gentle rain and the night sky. And somewhere nearby, the great tree standing watch over it all, steady, calm, and unchanging. Everything continuing gently, as it always has, in its own time. And you may rest now, drifting gently and fully, deeply and completely, down to peaceful, timeless sleep. Good night.